Hello, everyone. Can you guess how many people die every year from hunger? According to Mercy Corps, an international relief agency, roughly 9 million people die a year from hunger and hunger related issues. My 2020. I always knew a large portion of the world suffered from undernutrition. However, it was not until I was deployed in 2018 that I saw the severity of this pandemic with my own eyes. My fire team and my corresponding units were sent to Djibouti, Africa to do some field testing to prepare for our operations in Iraq. While we were there, we set up a temporary compound on the coast when we would spend a little under a month preparing for the upcoming operations. On a daily basis, locals would come up to our perimeter and try and trade some of their belongings for some of our food. These people were young and old, and you could tell they were severely underweight and that they really needed this food. A few of us would try and give them some of our food. However, when we tried, we were corrected by our higher ups and told that is not why we were out there. I was appalled by this response. Without going into too much detail, we ended up having to sneak these people our food. The silly part was that we had contractors there that would set up these dumpsters specifically for us just to throw the trash. So the higher ups were okay with us throwing the trash away and the locals going through it, but they were not allowed to give them the food directly. We ended up throwing away full boxes of MREs out behind the trash cans in order for these people to bring back enough food for their families. This experience made me realize how severe the world hunger problem was and how many of us take for granted what we have. My experience in Africa and other countries is what led me to want to take this time to share with all of you a nonprofit organization called Action Against Hunger. This organization directly supports the problem I want to address today, and that is the increasing issue of undernutrition throughout the world. As I mentioned earlier, roughly 9 million people die every year from hunger and hunger related issues. I also want to share with you an alarming fact that Action Against Hunger actually has on their website. I quote, over 5,000 children die per day from hunger related causes, unquote. Action Against Hunger 2020-21. I feel the need to share this with you because I have a feeling that much like myself prior to 2018, although we are all aware of this situation, I feel that we don't know the severity of it until we actually get to see it. My hopes are that by the end of this speech, you have the desire to do some research and perhaps be able to help in one way or another. Who knows? Maybe someone in the audience today has a way to help these people. Now that we have a better understanding of how serious this problem is, I want to discuss some of the possible solutions or ways to help. Action Against Hunger understands that giving these communities food is a rather inefficient and short-term solution to a long-term problem. For those reasons, they focus most of their attentions on gathering, analyzing, and sharing data on undernutrition to create data on how to give communities a sustainable solution. My favorite solution is climate smart agriculture. I quote, climate smart agriculture is an approach that helps to guide actions needed to transform and reorientate agricultural systems to effectively support development and ensure food security in changing climate, unquote. Food and Agricultural Organization 2021. Essentially, this approach will teach locals how to strategically care for their agriculture to make it more sustainable. This solution is important because it is the long-term solution we have been looking for. This will allow us to be more efficient with the land and better prepare for the harsh seasons. Agricultural growth is an extremely effective strategy to increase food security while also reducing poverty in that area. So, if we can use climate smart agriculture in areas that fit into this category, we can also pave a path for them to support their communities better while also helping them get out of poverty. Understandably, some may argue that this will be a financially and time costly process. However, when you compare the results of how much resources are donated across the globe to aid in this pandemic, climate smart agriculture is part of a long-term answer that we have been looking for. If we give the communities the means to be more self-sufficient, in the long run, they're going to need less aid from us. Although this is just the beginning to solving the world hunger pandemic, climate smart agriculture is a huge step towards the final goal. Imagine a world where we no longer have 9 million people dying of hunger. A world where developing countries are learning ways to become more self-sufficient and being able to better support their communities. Picture this world as a better place where lack of food is no longer one of the top reasons why our brothers and sisters are dying. Take a minute. Imagine how you would feel knowing that you helped support this movement, that you are part of the solution, that because of the efforts you put forth, millions of people are no longer suffering from hunger. We may not be able to solve the problem of world hunger issue today, but this is a chance to start working towards that dream. Now is the time to start making a difference. I urge you to stop ignoring this problem, get on your computer, and start researching the severity of this issue. I promise you, once you see this with your own eyes, you won't be able to ignore it and you are going to want to help. Who knows? Like I said, someone in this room, someone in this audience might be the person with a solution to this problem. I want to thank you all for being here and listening to what I have to say today. Thank you.